Be me, 32, male. Finally made it. Married the love of my life after 4 years of dating. Wedding was perfect. Small, intimate, friends and family only. No drunk uncles, no bridezilla moments, just good food, tears and vows we actually meant. Wife looked unreal in her dress. Cried when she saw me cry. Honeymoon plan. We always said we'd do Asia, Hong Kong, China and Singapore. Both obsessed with street food, night markets, old city architecture. So we book it, months in advance. The works, 5-star hotels, romantic suites, overpriced champagne. This was the reward after years of grinding together. We're in China second week in. Nice hotel suite, view of the skyline that looks like Blade Runner with fewer regulations. Spent the night doing what newlyweds do when room service hasn't arrived yet. Lying there after, lights dim, her head on my chest, both sweaty and stupidly happy. Then she says it. Can I be honest with you about something? Immediate micro heart attack. Of course. She fidgets, traces circles on my chest like she's stalling. Promise you won't get mad. Well, depends on what it is. No, seriously. Promise. That's when my brain goes from romantic mode to emergency broadcast system. She takes a deep breath and just drops it. 2 months after we started dating, I made out with the guy while drunk. I blink at the ceiling. She keeps talking, fast, like a bad confession speedrun. We'd only just said we were exclusive a month before that. I was drinking with friends. I just forgot. It wasn't serious. I got his Instagram, and then the next morning, I blocked him when I realized what I'd done. Forgot she had a boyfriend. There's a special kind of stillness when your brain refuses to accept what your ears just heard. She looks at me, waiting for a reaction, profusely apologizing. I just stare, because I'm trying to do the math on how many months she's been sitting on this information. 4 years. She's had this grenade in her pocket for 4 years. She says, it was stupid, it meant nothing. I wanted to tell you, but didn't want to lose you. Which means I waited until you legally couldn't leave without hiring a lawyer. Try to speak, but my mouth feels like it's full of concrete. All I manage is, why now? She says she just wanted to start married life clean. This is not clean. I ask if she'd ever have told me if we hadn't gotten married. She doesn't answer, which tells me everything. She starts crying, saying it was so long ago. I say, you realize you had 4 years to tell me this. She says, I was scared you'd break up with me. So instead you waited until I couldn't? She starts with, you promised you wouldn't get mad. The classic immunity clause, written in Sharpie on emotional toilet paper. I say you don't get to make me promise something before detonating my life. Fight goes nuclear. She starts minimizing it. It wasn't cheating. Keeps saying, it was just kissing and grabbing. I tell her it's not about the act, it's about the timing. The whole, now that you're legally trapped, here's my past sins routine. She looks at me like I'm crazy, says, you'd really divorce me over something that happened years ago. I tell her, yes, and I'm divorcing you because you planned it after we got married. Pack my stuff in silence. She's crying now, saying you can't just leave. Everyone will find out. It'll be humiliating. No, I'm sorry. No, I betrayed your trust. But it'll look bad on Facebook. She says, you're going to leave me stranded in China? You speak Mandarin better than I do. You'll be fine. Book a flight home the next morning. Lose thousands of dollars in cancellations. Hotel, honeymoon packages, everything. Sit in the airport. Watching her crying texts pop up on my phone like a slot machine of guilt. Don't reply to a single one. Plane takes off. Get home. Everyone's shocked. Friends calling me dramatic. Her family messaging me, you're making a mistake. Mine saying, we'll support whatever you decide. Her friends send me paragraphs about forgiveness and it was a different time. Bro, she was 24, not a caveman. Delete every photo off my phone. Drop the ring in a drawer. Email the lawyer. She tries for weeks. Calls, emails, letters. We can get counseling. It didn't mean anything. I can't face my parents. Funny how all her reasons to stay married have nothing to do with me. I tell her, you didn't forget you had a boyfriend. You forgot I had self-respect. Hang up. Divorce finalizes 6 months later. No kids, thank God. Money's gone. Time's gone. But at least I got out before I was stuck in a life built on sand. Honestly, there's a small chance it could have been forgiven. But the way she planned to tell me on our honeymoon, how she was worried about her image more than anything else, my decision was right.